Picture this, you just landed in a foreign country, buzzing with anticipation, ready to soak in the local culture. But hold on, you're faced with what feels like a frosty reception. Is it you or is it them? Well, as it turns out, culture shock is a very real thing. Today, we're embarking on a cultural exploration of 10 countries with unique customs that may seem rude or unusual to outsiders due to cultural differences. But remember, one man's rude is another man's honest. Fasten your seatbelts, we're about to take off. First on our list is the mighty Russia. Ever wondered why Russians don't smile? Well, don't worry, they aren't cold-hearted, it's just a cultural norm. They believe in straight-to-the-point communication and consider smiling at strangers to be insincere. Also, in a Russian business meeting, expect directness and bluntness. This is a sign of honesty and efficiency, not disrespect. So next time you're in Moscow and you see a stern face, don't fret, they're just being genuine. Remember, a Russian's public face, or maska, is serious business, but once they get to know you, you'll find a friend for life. Ever heard about Russian hospitality? If you're lucky enough to be invited to a Russian home, you'll be greeted with a table full of traditional dishes, from borscht to blini, so make sure to arrive hungry. Now, imagine teleporting to China. Personal space may seem like a foreign concept, especially in crowded cities. Don't be surprised if you witness public spitting or see folks nudging their way through a crowd. It's not meant to be offensive, it's just a different cultural norm that takes some getting used to. And let's not forget the loud phone conversations. It's not rude, it's just the way communication rolls here. Ever been in a crowded Chinese bus and felt someone's elbow in your ribs? No need to take offense. In the hustle and bustle of China's cities, space is a luxury, not a right. Our next stop is France, known for its romance, wine, and yes, its occasionally standoffish citizens. This reputation mostly comes from Parisians who value privacy and quietness. So remember, they're not being rude, they're just expressing their joie de mettre, a phrase playfully indicating a sense of indifference or apathy. But don't let that keep you from enjoying a croissant by the scene. But don't mistake their reserved nature for arrogance. Beneath that exterior, you'll often find a warm and welcoming heart. In Paris, don't be surprised if a local, unprompted, corrects your French pronunciation. They're not being mean, they just love their language and want you to get it right too. Are you ready for more? If you're enjoying this cultural expedition, remember to hit the like button, share this video with your fellow travelers, and subscribe to our channel for more globe-trotting adventures. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. Plus, we'd love to hear about your own unique cultural experiences. Drop us a comment below. Continuing on our journey, we find ourselves in the land of the rising sun, Japan. The Japanese people value harmony and community spirit. So while their complex social rules might seem intimidating at first, remember it's all about maintaining balance. This balance is reflected in every aspect of life, from the precision of a sushi chef's knife work to the tranquility of a traditional tea ceremony. Consider the custom of bowing, a key aspect of respect in Japanese society. The deeper the bow, the greater the respect shown. And hey, where else in the world can you find a toilet that plays music? Silence is golden in Japanese culture. So if you find yourself amidst quiet folks, don't be surprised, it's a sign of respect and thoughtfulness. On a Japanese train, remember to turn your phone to silent mode and avoid talking. You'll be rewarded with peace, quiet, and maybe even a nap. Don't forget to explore the description box below for some handy resources. It's a virtual treasure trove. Next up, Germany. Germans value straightforward communication, efficiency, and punctuality. That means if you're scheduled to meet at 3, arriving at 3:05 might be seen as disrespectful. Their directness isn't meant to be brusque, it's a token of respect. So when in Germany, do as the Germans do. Just try not to be late, and let's not forget their love for rules. Whether it's crossing the street on a red light or being noisy on Sundays, rules are meant to be respected. In Germany, if you wish someone happy birthday before the actual day, you might get a few weird looks. It's considered bad luck there, just something to keep in mind. We then set our sights on India. Don't be surprised if a stranger starts a conversation with you on the bus or train. Indians are sociable people, and such interactions are a way of life. The bustling crowds, persistent bargaining, and occasional invasion of personal space can feel overwhelming. But it's not rudeness, it's the exuberant energy of the Indian subcontinent. And remember, in many Indian markets, haggling over prices is a common practice, so feel free to negotiate that colorful scarf. Remember, what seems like an invasion of personal space is really just a manifestation of India's warm communal culture. Indian weddings are vibrant and full of life. If you're ever invited, remember to leave your notion of personal space at home as you join in the energetic dance known as the Bhangra. Onward to the UK, the Brits have a love for sarcasm and are known for their understated and indirect style of communication. So if you find them a bit reserved or their humor dry, remember it's not you, it's their quintessential British charm. Just make sure to enjoy a good old British banter over a cup of tea. Brits may often seem polite to a fault. If they're constantly apologizing, it's not because they're at fault, it's their way of maintaining a harmonious social environment. Ever heard the saying, keep calm and carry on? This classic British phrase perfectly encapsulates their stiff upper lip approach to adversity. So when it's raining cats and dogs, remember it's just a bit of drizzle. From there, we cross continents and arrive in South Korea. This country has a deep-rooted social hierarchy where age and respect govern their interactions. But once you get the hang of the local customs, you'll fit right in. When dining out, remember not to start eating before the eldest person at the table. It's a mark of respect. So when in Seoul, do as the Seulites do. Remember, nunchi, the art of understanding and responding to the mood of others, is key in Korean social interactions. Master it, and you're golden. When drinking with Korean friends, remember to turn away and cover your mouth when emptying your glass. It's considered respectful, especially when drinking with elders or superiors. Next on the itinerary is Saudi Arabia, a land of rich traditions and religious practices. If you're a woman traveling to Saudi, remember that it's customary to wear an abaya, a loose-fitting black cloak traditionally worn by women as a sign of modesty and respect for their culture. The rules can seem strict to outsiders, but they are part of the kingdom's cultural fabric. So respect their customs and you will receive respect in return. In Saudi, public and private life are governed by Islamic law. So if you find yourself amidst evening prayer calls and strict dress codes, it's not rudeness, it's their way of life. In Saudi Arabia, Friday is a day of rest and prayer, so don't be surprised if shops are closed and the streets are empty. It's a part of the rhythm of life there. Finally, we land in Hungary, right in the heart of Europe. The Hungarians, or as they call themselves, the Magyars, value straight talk and transparency. You might be surprised to see Hungarians skip the small talk and delve into deep, meaningful conversations right away. It's a reflection of their authentic and straightforward nature. Their directness can initially seem blunt, but it's their way of keeping things honest, so there's no need for guessing games in Budapest. Hungarians love their language, which is one of the most difficult to learn in the world. Try a few words and you'll be appreciated for your efforts. In Hungary, if you clink beer glasses together, you might get some strange looks. It's considered bad luck because of historical events. So stick to egészségre, which means to your health, and you'll be fine. And that's our tour of 10 countries with unique customs that can sometimes seem rude to outsiders. But remember, each culture is like a unique and vital piece of a grand human mosaic. It's these idiosyncrasies that give each country its distinct character and charm. Traveling isn't just about collecting passport stamps, it's about embracing these differences and understanding that it's not rude, it's just different. So the next time you step off the plane, remember, you're not just in a new country, you're stepping into a new way of life. Enjoy the journey and we will see you in the next video.